Brooke Burke first captivated us in the early 90s as a model and continues to captivate people through hosting, health, fitness, motherhood, and so much more. Please, everybody, welcome Brooke Burke.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, how are you? So it is so much an honor to talk to you. I have been following your career for so long. I don't even know when I started the whole Brooke Burke journey, but I do remember you in so many things and seeing you in so many things. And
Thank you.
I am super impressed because not only have you done television hosting, you're an entrepreneur, a fitness educator, philanthropist, you have a podcast, a women's health advocate. I mean, 4 kids, you've done so much. And so I was like looking at your stuff and like refreshing because I just happened to be on this website and I'm like, is that the Brooke Burke? Oh my God. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love it.
It's been quite a journey with a lot of everything.
I know for so many years, and you've been able, I know you don't like using or you don't really believe in the idea of balance, but please explain how you make it all just come together harmoniously.
Oh, well, I wish it was always harmoniously. That's kind of like what this whole media tour is about, is finding our harmony. Right now in New York, we're talking about that a lot. I guess balance for me has always just been such a concept to strive for that's unattainable. I mean, there are good days, there are bad days. All of my children are so different. It's chaotic. I've raised a blended family. I've just learned to sort of lean into and surrender to those days where things aren't necessarily going the way that I hoped they would. So for me, it's about managing the chaos, right? And it's about being okay on days where things aren't equal, because they're never really going to be exactly the way they want it to be, right? I guess I've learned that as a woman, my age.
But listen, let's talk about like just aging and aging gracefully, and like you're doing it. I don't care what anyone says. I'm like, I'm looking at you and your amazing body and just, oh my God, Brooke, like you are gorgeous. Like
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, I've kind of shifted in my career, and as an entrepreneur now, it's all about well and being, and this big picture of self-care. And it's not just fitness, it's a really big concept of how we meet ourselves, how we see ourselves, how we speak to ourselves, how we train our bodies, how we fuel our bodies, what we really do to release and recover. And it's so much more than just the workout. It's really our overall mental well-being. And self-care to me really begins with self-love. It begins with knowing that we're worthy. It begins with a commitment to meet ourselves with loving kindness and grace. And it's been an incredible few years, I want to say, well, more than a few years, but working with other women and working with women in the transformation space and teaching them how to care for their bodies, their mind, how to create energy, how to kind of find their feel good, if you will. Mm-hmm. And I love being in this space. I love teaching classes. I love being a guide. I love educating women in the wellness area. I learned so much from other women. I learned so much from that community, really. I mean, maybe we're more conscious now because of the shift in the world. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm buried, but I lean on this community, and it's so nice to have a support system to create the life that we want and to meet ourselves with just a little bit more love,
For sure. I know with the holidays approaching, things can be a little stressful for people, and you're really into finding harmony. So what are some ways approaching these stressful holidays that people can find harmony? What's some techniques that you use?
I mean, they are, a lot of people struggle to manage the chaos of the holiday season. It's more stressful for a lot of people, in the wellness space. I get this question asked to me a lot, really, and what are the tips and tricks for people to really survive this time? I think that exercise is a great way to relieve stress. So forget about, the body wishes. It's a great way to reset your mood. It's a great way to create energy, dopamine, adrenaline, all of these things that are available to us. And it's a great way to combat stress, the breath work that's involved in doing something physical, the commitment to self, the scheduling of our time, and knowing that it's about us as much as it is about everyone else. I feel like we're always doing, especially as women and as mothers, we're doing for everyone during the holiday season. And then there's social commitments, there's decadent meals and parties and all of these things that sometimes get the best of us. So I've been telling everyone a few little things to try this holiday season. Walk a little bit more, park a little bit further away, kick up your cardio, try to do something to break a sweat. It's great for sodium. It's great to just sort of combat all of the extra calories that we're taking in. Give yourself some grace. The holidays are a time to celebrate. We've earned that this year, so we get to do that. Don't feel guilty about anything that you choose to do. I think it's really nice to start a new program and not wait for New Year's. People are waiting for their New Year's resolutions. So I've got 28-day fitness programs, challenges. I've got a home for the holidays that's sometimes 5 minutes a day. 5 great moves for every body part, 5 minutes in the morning to set yourself up for success during the day. We're sharing mindful meals, recipes. I'm going to be doing a live every Thursday for the month of December. So live from my kitchen in Malibu. We'll invite everyone in. We'll do a really fun kitchen inspired workout using dish towels, water bottles, the bar, like a bar class, sharing recipes and just connecting as women. I love those opportunities. That's really helpful. On fitness apps, you can download the content, so you don't need Wi-Fi when you're traveling. Those are great things to do. We're also sharing a bunch of holiday recipes within the Longevity brand. So a new collaboration that we just did, smoothies and shakes, like yummy, delicious things that taste like a milkshake. I just did a spin on like a Reese's peanut butter cup, which is like chocolate and peanut butter. Amazing. I did a chocolate covered strawberry. Amazing. And it's full of superfoods and it's really delicious and it's really easy to make and it tastes like dessert. So all these things are just ways to enjoy yourself and take better care of yourself.
Yeah, I love that. First of all, you had me at Reese's peanut butter cup because that's
we're like, yes, please.
Yes, please serve me up. That's like one of my favorite things. And it's really hard because I am coming off last year. I had some health difficulties. I actually had a pulmonary embolism. And then that was caused by some hormones that I was taking. So I really blew up last year. So I'm actually been this whole full year trying to get back my body and just back. It was a whole health struggle, but
How do you feel now?
I feel really good now.
You're coming on the other side of it.
Yes, I'm coming on the other side of it. So I think it was like between 3 and 6 months. I was on blood thinners. And I knew something was wrong, and listening to your body is so important. And that I did a YouTube video, recapping that and how important listening to your body, because there was things like I would get cold and my toes were like blue and turning like blue and purple. And I think that was because I wasn't getting the circulation that I needed with the blood clots. So it's definitely for me, heavy on listening to my body and then not ignoring or talking myself out of going to the hospital. That was a huge health lesson. And it was really sad for me because during that time, I couldn't do anything strenuous, any like really, heavy exercise because my breathing was off. But now that I'm getting back into exercise, I did not decide to go to the gym this morning, but later on after I talk to you, I'm going to the gym, Brooke. So
I'm going to send you some things that you can do at home. But, I'm listening to your story. I think it's so important for people to hear this because we have to become a detective of our own body. What works for me might not work for you or someone else. So we have to figure out what's going on in our body and listen to the signs. I've always, it's been fascinating to me that there's a medical event, a mental event, some kind of a thing that happens to us as women that stops us to create change. We don't necessarily sign up for a healthy lifestyle and maintain those boundaries. And I think that the shift in the world has really taught us now that we need to do that. We have so much medical information available to us. If we get those markers, if we get those yearly physicals, I struggle with autoimmune issues as well. And I had thyroid cancer and I've battled that. I'm good now, but it was my yearly physical that diagnosed an irregular, nodule on my thyroid. And we have so much information available to us. And like you, sometimes we're moving so fast. Yeah. We're so busy that we're ignoring those physical signs. And I think we have to be a detective of our and a champion for our own health, which is a big picture, right?
Yes, it is. And it was also me learning through that journey of like getting back to better health, my relationship with food. And I know you kind of discussed this as well. It's not just you can suggest, hey, eat this, eat that, work out here, work out there, but it's also a mental thing, that a mental cleansing. I'm in therapy to talk about my relationship with food and why I feel guilty, or why, I get emotional or frustrated trying to figure out a meal,
Yeah.
just really delving deep. So that is something that I know that you also focus on, not just, working out, but the mental aspect associated with it.
Well, it's a big part of it. And I appreciate your vulnerability. I have 3 daughters. I have 4 children, but I'm raising 3 daughters. And, this relationship with food is so fragile and so important. And some of my daughters struggle with that as well. And then they have me as a mom, and I'm trying to lead by example, but I can't necessarily push my views on them. And, I like to think about fuel, not calories. I don't like to use words like weight and numbers on a scale anymore. I feel like as a woman, we need to celebrate every part of us and every stage of our life. And we're building curves, and we're creating energy, and we're creating a life of longevity for mobility, strength, intuition, core strength, like all of these things that forget about fitness. Like that's the
Right.
easy part of it. I think we need to care for our bodies, for our mental health, our energy, our hormone balance, our heart health, all of these things. And when it comes to food, I hate this word diet. I don't even use that word. Like, let's take the diet. Let's just focus on that. Who
Mhm.
wants to suffer and sacrifice all the time? So I really believe in developing a lifestyle that's delicious, that you can sustain. And I think we've earned that. I don't think anyone wants to totally suffer and sacrifice all the time. I also believe in grace. I believe in cheat days. I believe in giving your body what it needs and craves sometimes, and then getting back on track of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Like, what does that even mean? Let's call it mindful. How does your body feel when you eat this? Maybe different than mine. Do you want to pay attention to how you feel after you eat certain things, and then give your body what makes you feel good? If we looked at it all as like, I can't have this, I can't have that, wouldn't we be miserable? Wouldn't we rebel? I mean, it's like with my kids. One of my daughters doesn't want to eat at school. She doesn't want to eat before school. I'm like, baby, you need fuel for your body. She's like, Mom, I'm not hungry. My other baby's like, I'll eat it in the car. They don't really care. My other daughter comes home starving, then eats this big, massive meal because she hasn't fed her body throughout the day. All of these are issues. So what I've found to do is keep things on hand that we enjoy, they enjoy, I enjoy, that are available. If it's available to you, you're probably going to choose it. I do prep days where I can get organized, and we don't all have that time, and we don't all have that knowledge, but it's easy to do. I have so much content even on my website to show people, but preparing for the week because we're busy, having grab and go things. And then in the smoothie world, because everybody's on that train, my smoothie has so many calories in it. That's by choice. It's because of what I put in it. I don't worry about calories. If I had to convince my mom, who's a calorie counter, just eat it, fuel your body, and get everything you need. But I put all of these amazing things in my smoothie, like almond butter and nut milk and MCT oil, which is super high fat. I never used to eat like that before. We thought we can't have all this fat. Well, guess what? We need it for our brain. We need it for our body. We need it for our skin. We need it for energy. And then I put my longevity superfoods in there, which is a bunch of high integrity ingredients that we need for energy, for repair, for recovery, for gut health. It doesn't taste like dirt. It doesn't have that artificial aftertaste. Maca doesn't always feel good. We need it as hormones. I don't know how old you are, but I'm in my 50s now. I'm like, I need everything. Thank you, Mother Nature, that I can
Yeah.
get to feed the body. But I'm not kidding when I say I have a smoothie that tastes like a milkshake, and I'm so satisfied. And it is a meal replacement for me because I don't have a lot of time. Like, I get everything I need in that. And it might have more value in it than a mindful meal that I may order in a restaurant. So it's efficient, it's easy. I know what I'm getting. I'm a creature of habit. I do it. And I eat as well. Like, you got to find ways to fuel your body, to feed your body that you can enjoy. We need that. Otherwise, it's just sacrifice. And I don't like that approach.
Yeah. Yeah. It
I
feels
don't like that.
like either sacrifice or I'm depriving myself. And so I had to just really and I'm still going through it. So it's not anything like, oh, I'm cured after, years of thinking this way or having this relationship with food. But I think it's very important to stress, how that needs to be the focus as well, the mental associated
Yeah.
with food. And then with a lot of people have this assumption that don't eat and that's what's going to get you the weight off, but that is completely wrong. And
Yeah.
that's why I am so appreciative that you did launch in September Levity. I'm saying that correctly. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Longevity. Longevity.
Longevity.
That's okay.
Longevity. And then you really like, it's not just like you're the forward facing, you utilize it. You find the importance in it. And so
I do it every day. I make it for my kids every day, and I think like what you said, you have to find things that work for your body, things that you're going to enjoy. It's not about suffering, I don't think. And I think we have to develop a sustainable lifestyle that we can feel fulfilled by, and that will give us the most beneficial opportunities to live a fulfilled life. So we need that fuel, we need that energy, we need to figure out how to care for our bodies in a better way.
for sure. Well, as Thanksgiving is approaching, what is some healthy seasonal favorites that you enjoy with your family?
I love Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays. I love cooking with my kids in the kitchen. I always host Thanksgiving at my house, and I love to invite, of course, family, but also friends that don't have family and a couple of strays, people that don't have a table to sit at Thanksgiving. So I really love that. And we like, the traditional recipes. My daughter Sierra, we love like sweet potato and marshmallows and that baked casserole that's like decadent, but it's Thanksgiving. So see what I mean? We let ourselves kind of do that. Traditional turkey, of course. But then I have a whole fall holiday menu up on my website where you can swap out mashed potatoes and do cauliflower mash. You could do a gorgeous leafy green fall farro salad, and it's hearty, and it's got a little pop of sweet and a little bit of savory by putting like cranberries in there. And I love Marcona almonds, different shades of green and leafy vegetables that give us everything that we need. I love pan sheet veggies. You can throw them all on a pan sheet, put some olive oil and salt and pepper. It takes maybe 5 minutes, put them in the oven. They're so colorful and perfectly prepared. Things like that are really easy that we're not thinking about. I probably spend less time preparing in the kitchen. I probably spend about 5 minutes when I make a recipe. I don't have time to do it. And I really love that. I make a lot of soups. Butternut squash soup with a little bit of pumpkin this holiday season is so yummy. I'm putting all these recipes up on my website. So that's been really fun. And honestly, I don't compromise flavor at all. And then with the superfood powder, we can bake with it. I have a really yummy snack. I don't know if you like protein snacks, but grab and go snacks. I'll take dates and just take the pit out, put a little spoon of almond butter in there, and sprinkle the cacao superfood on top. And I put it in the freezer. And it's like a little power ball. They're so sweet and so yummy. I'm getting the protein. I'm getting the satisfaction if you have a sweet tooth, then I'm getting the cacao superfoods. So things like that, so yummy. Little energy balls made out of like overnight oats. We're getting really creative now because there's all this talk about superfoods and these mindful ingredients, and how can we create our own homemade recipes that are satisfying. So if I made anything that wasn't yummy, no one in my house is eating it.
Yeah. I love you speak about mindfulness a lot, and some mindfulness techniques. Are those some of the things that you discuss on your podcast, Intimate Knowledge?
Intimate knowledge is a little bit more of educating women in all the different areas of life, some very intimate topics. Mindfulness is a big part of that. Intimacy, we had a really interesting deep dive in defining intimacy and what it means to everyone. And actually what we came up with is intimacy is really about being heard as a woman. And I think that makes a lot of sense. And so I spend a lot of time in the mindful space, focusing on listening to our own body, listening to our own thoughts, listening to our own journey, listening to our heartbeat. It goes back to what you said about listening to your own body and all those signs that we're telling you a story. We have to slow down and really be mindful enough to give ourselves those opportunities to learn and to listen. And I incorporate that on my fitness app and my wellness classes and my meditation classes, breathwork classes. I do a lot of sound baths, a lot of I guess guided meditation. Stretch and recovery is really important. If you're listening to your body, how do you feel today? On days when you don't have it in you, how do you get the motivation to get up out of bed and go move your body and do something to create more energy? It's really a big picture. I think it's mind, body, spirit, mind, body, nutrition. It's a big union of all those things, right? That make us feel good. They give us a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day, when you know you took care of yourself, you know you loved yourself a little bit today. That feels good. That makes you want to get up tomorrow and go, I think I'm going to do that again. Because what's happened in the last few years is people are in a rut. They got stuck and they don't know how to start again. They don't know where to begin again. They don't even know how to get back to self. And I think that's really scary. I think people should be scared of not caring for their bodies. The other side of that is it's not a happy, healthy life. And we're worthy of that. Right?
I agree. I totally agree. I think that when you go deeper down in that hole, it's just you're just burying yourself. And in order for you to kind of pull up is love you. I know when I got into a relationship 4 years ago, I said, I'm going to love me first, and then whatever happens after that happens. It's a blessing, you know? So
beautiful idea. I mean, what an important idea. The self-love concept. It's weird. It sounds, I don't know, people like connect it with like a bit of narcissism and a bit of like selfishness in this country. And I'm like, I teach my children that. I teach my friends that. It's like, you have to know how to love yourself to teach someone how to love yourself, but you got to love yourself. Say nice things to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Meet yourself with some self-compassion. From there, you know, there's all kinds of beautiful possibilities, but we're very critical of ourselves as women. It doesn't get any easier the older you get either, right?
No, it doesn't. I'm going to tell you what really helps me too is just like Louise Hay and just really doing my affirmations and writing in a journal, you know, because no, it does not get any easier. There's times where I'm not utilizing the tools that I have learned along the way, and I need to refocus and recenter myself. And you know, especially when I'm at a weight that I'm not happy about, that digs deeper. And so, yeah, you know, I try to help other people because this has been a hard time for so many people. And I wanted to talk to you because I love your messaging. I felt like it definitely aligned with, you know, my audience and what I'm trying to, you know, a community I'm trying to build as well. And I know that like you had DVDs telling people how to work out. Now you have an app. Now you have your website. You built this great community, and you continue to build this, you know, great resource for women to feel better about themselves.
I think we need community. I mean, when I first started out in the wellness space, it was really about fitness. Now it's really about finding things that feel good. Let's just call it that. Like wellness isn't just about working out. The working out part, I can do that all day long with people. But I think community really matters as women. I think we lean on each other for support. And I just think it's so important this holiday season in November, just in the spirit of stepping into gratitude. We started a really simple little challenge, and it's called Thanks and Planks. And it's really about that inner dialogue, that self-talk, right? And that self-doubt. It's about putting mantras, putting words to movement. So I do like mantra movement in my classes where I actually make women speak simple mantras while we're working out. It's quite emotional. It's powerful. It gets your body, it pushes your body through it. But planks and thanks are amazing. And if you're not a person that's doing planks, that's okay too. It's like 10 moments of gratitude using your fingers, 10. We've been doing a plank challenge that could be 30 seconds. It's really hard to do planks. We hate them. I hate them. I hate them. But we love to hate them. But you work your way up to develop strength, core strength. It increases your metabolism. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. But we're going into like gratitude, 10 things you're grateful for. And when you start doing that, it shifts your mood. It shifts your mindset. It makes you feel good. So I've been waking up every morning, staying in the bed for a moment longer, doing my 10 things I'm grateful for. Some people write it. I don't have that much time. Got to get the kids to school. I do it at night. I do it sometimes when God wakes me up in the middle of the night. Like I use these moments mindfully, but I in the most simple form, when you start stepping into gratitude, stepping into the positive things, giving yourself self-love, developing self-confidence, changing your inner story. We're so hard on ourselves. So
Yeah.
I'm really watching that develop into a power push in my community of women. It's beautiful to be part of it. And I love it. We have to use words that are nice and kind, and our body's listening and believing them. So you better
Yeah.
say nice things to yourself.
No, I do. And with, therapy, it's definitely helping me to, stay on
Good.
that path. Because sometimes it's easy to
Sounds
kind of
like
just,
you're doing it.
yeah, just to divert a little bit, but to keep me on the path of making sure that I don't go down into that negative thinking. It's so easy to go there. It's so
Yeah,
easy
I
to
know.
go there. So
It is.
I wanted to talk. I know you come up with really great ideas to kind of keep people on track with mindfulness, but what about during the holidays, people trying to work out, but they have a busy schedule or they're traveling? Do you have some, maybe like 3 tips on ways that they
Yeah.
can work out
Yeah.
at home, maybe on the couch, maybe on the
Totally.
plane? I don't know if that's
Believe
something
it
you
or not,
possibly.
I have couch workouts. I have morning workouts. I have workouts you can do in bed. Get my app. It's like a quarter a day. You can download it so you don't need Wi-Fi on vacation. And if it's not my app, go on YouTube, find some free content. If you're working out with me, you can download everything on your smart TV. So like it's there. Then create a digital gym space in your house. You don't have weights, use water bottles, use wine bottles, use
Mm,
whatever you need to use. You need a yoga mat, a commitment, the right state of mind. I also think getting a workout buddy really helps. Or start a program. So I have all these different plans and programs. So we're doing a holiday handful. I'm going to do 5 live workouts in my kitchen. You can come over to my kitchen digitally. I'll send you the link. It's basically free content. And I'm going to be doing a kitchen bar burn while the dinner's in the oven, things you can do on dish towels with water bottles to move your body, to stretch your body, to find ways that feel good. You can use your living room. You can use a chair in your office. You could get up and do some squats. You could stretch out on your chairs. You can use stairs. There's so many fun and dynamic ways. So that's what we've been doing. We've been creating really fun content on Brooke Burke Body that you can just make a commitment to. And maybe it's 10 minutes a day. We're not talking hours.
mhm.
We all can do it, just have to want to start something new. If you do one thing different every day, you could change.
Yes.
Really simple. And during the holidays, a great time to start Home for the Holidays. That's the name of our program, Holiday Handful. 5 moves, 5, that's it. 5
Five.
moves. Part.
That's
We
it.
can do that.
Then we can definitely do that. I do about 30 a
Good.
day, but 5
I'm
is,
gonna send you some links. Come find me, and I
please.
love to connect. And my community is so supportive. And my app is for everyone. My app is for my mom. My app is for my daughter. My app is for every woman that's wanting to live a better life and a life of strength and a life of connection. And there's so many little things that we can do to create that feel good. And wellness, finding your harmony, simplifying wellness. That's what we're doing with the collaboration between Brooke Burke Body and Forever Brands and Longevity. We're making it simple. We're making it delicious, and we're making it doable for everyone at home. And that makes me
I
really happy.
Yes, I love it, Brooke, so much. And I know that I have run out of time. I could talk to you forever because I
I
feel
know,
like
me too. But we'll stay
uh,
connected. And I appreciate your vulnerability and your trust and your journey. And it's so good of you to share that with women. I'm really passionate about that too. That's why I'm honest. That's why we tell our stories. Thank you for letting me connect with your community and your audience.
and thank you so much for allowing, coming on, giving some time. I mean, you gave me plenty of time today to talk to you.
Thank you.
Just if you can, for my audience, before you go, tell us where they can find you. I know you mentioned your app. I know you
No,
mentioned your
absolutely.
website, but I just want to reiterate just
Thank
so
you.
everybody can, know and get on it.
Thank you. Well, I'm easy to find, and I really do enjoy the full circle conversation and hearing from everyone. So brookeburke.com is kind of a good porthole to all things. You can find me on social at Brooke Burke or at Brooke Burke Body, if you can even say that. And of course, longevity at Brooke Body. But everything is on the website, and I would love to connect. And we have so many opportunities for you. And I hope you make great choices this holiday season. And I hope we get to connect again.
Yes, absolutely. Please let's not make this the last time that we
I know
connect. I know that
we
there's
will.
so many things within the fitness, health, wellness space that we can talk on and continue the conversation.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. Thank you so much, Brooke. Have a
Thank
great rest
you.
of your day.
Take care. You too.
All right, bye.